Testing one, testing two. All right, you guys, let's get into this video. Quick risk disclaimer, you guys. The information that you're going to receive in this video is not financial advice, as I am not a financial advisor, you guys. This is purely for educational and entertainment purposes to teach you guys about Ethereum, Solana, and Chainlink. And then we're going to also be just, taking a look at those charts and seeing what could possibly happen in the future, right? And what could possibly be the best way to invest into those cryptocurrencies, you guys. So let's get straight into this video. So the first chart we're going to be taking a look at today is the Ethereum chart, you guys. The Ethereum chart. Right. And I'm going to be looking at a time frame that a lot of people are probably not really looking at, you know. So the idea that I have in my head for crypto, you guys, is I'm thinking about things in terms of liquidity, right? So when I look at the 6-month chart, I don't think we're really going to lose this order block right here. Because if we lose this order block, I think that could just be bad for the market. So what am I saying? I'm pretty much saying on a 6-month time frame, because that's the chart we're looking at right now. I can't see Ethereum ever dipping below $880. But we do have some relative equal lows right here, and we have already dipped into this key level right here one time before, and we just recently did that, and that was this year. So this year we had a $1,354 Ethereum. So why am I talking about that? Well, what I'm wondering is, do we at least test the midpoint of this wick? Right? So we're going to be looking at some technical things, right, on a high time frame. So I would measure out this wick like this. Then I would possibly at least look for the midpoint or the quarter level of the upper wick right here. So that would mean that, we could possibly see one more pushback to like 2,200 for Ethereum before we see Ethereum just blast off, right? And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because if you look at this wick right here, right, if you look at this wick right here, if you measure this, how you guys can see that the first time the market came up into this wick, it was weak. Every time it came up once, couldn't even hit the midpoint, came up twice, just pretty much swept liquidity, came back down, then came up 3 times, hit the bottom of this wick, but also the midpoint of this wick, and then sold off. So what does that mean, right? We just swept the highs up here. This could be like a liquidity sweep up here to the upside. And then we could just go down here and target these equal lows down here, right? Or at least maybe the midpoint of this wick on a 6-month chart. So why are we looking at these charts today on a very high time frame? Well, for me, I am looking to invest into the long term positions, right? That's what I'm looking for. So in order for me to get what I think is some decent long-term positions on some of these cryptos, I have to, really utilize my time well right now, because once price leave this level, it's probably going to never come back, right? Unless something catastrophic happen. Because we have been consolidating in this zone for years now. Right? I'm not trying to predict a breakout, but if we can get one more decent pullback, I at least want to have some type of position down here somewhere. So that is the Ethereum chart. Right now, when we take a look at Solana or Chainlink, I'm gonna go to Chainlink first. You're going to notice it's very similar. All right, now think about the name of the title. I said a Black Swan event could drop the market. You guys could drop the market significantly. So this chart right here is very interesting to me, and this is Chainlink chart because it looks a lot fresher, right? If you actually look at this chart, it looks a lot fresher. Now, based on certain patterns that I like to use, even when I'm trading like on my prop firm accounts and I'm day trading the NASDAQ, this is a really good pattern right here. This should be strong, and this low should be protected, right? It should be protected. But honestly, with so much manipulation in the market right now, it wouldn't be too surprising to think that on a 6-month chart, right, Chainlink could wick down into this order block right here and at least touch the order block. I don't know if it's going to hit the top, the midpoint, the bottom. I don't know. So think about that, you guys. If you guys can set a, buy order down here, right, the top of this order block is $3.45. I today I put in a buy order for $4.50 just to make sure that I can get tagged into the trade. All right, and I'm gonna put multiple buy orders in for Chainlink down here at these levels, and then my goal is to just keep accumulating positions down here at these levels, pretty much $4 and below, because I just have a weird feeling that the market is getting ready to come down and sweep this little swing low for liquidity. So, let me know what y'all think about those ideas. All right, so I just wanted to jump on here real quick and show you guys that. And then obviously, like I was just saying with the Ethereum chart, right? You just got to pay attention to these wicks on these higher time frames. If we measure out this wick on the 6-month chart, right? Just like I just told y'all, the market, we hit the midpoint of this wick already, so that's at least one good thing. But then we keep working in the lower, parts of these wicks right here, right? Like then when you look at this long wick on the 6-month chart, we haven't even had a body, right? Any of these bodies right here, these candles that was able to close above this wick, or just the body closed within this zone at all. So today, I was just looking at the charts like I always do, and I was just noticing it like, man, I was like, I never really look at the 6-month chart. It looks pretty clean to me, honestly. Like, I don't know if I'm evolving as a trader or what, but it looks pretty good. So I'm just going to bet on myself, because I mean, if I put my buy limit in here, and let's say, something happened, Trump make a tweet, Xi Jinping make an announcement, who knows what happens, bro? I don't know. I don't want to get too political, I just want to look at the charts. Wouldn't it make sense to just have as many little, $40 orders down here for buy orders? $20 order here, $40 here. You're going to make, you're going to be able to buy far more cryptos with your money, all right? So Chainlink chart looks really good. Let's take a look at XRP. I think XRP is a little bit different. So yeah, XRP. Let's delete this off of our chart. See, and this is what I'm talking about. So when you go to the 6-month time frame on XRP, you notice how XRP, the bodies of these candles have closed within this wick. So even XRP look more bullish to me, and especially because like this level right here, this is a really nice level. This gap right here, just touch the top of that gap one time and it's been taken off. So this 6-month candle is going to be very important. If it starts to close above this midpoint, XRP could take off. So we're going to be watching that. All right, so I'm just going to leave it like that on my chart because sometimes people forget crypto is still young, and then also crypto, it makes a lot of crazy moves, man. A lot of crazy moves. Like think about when it went up to, pretty much $3 the first time it sold off. Maybe this time it don't really sell off and like consolidate down there for like 2 years, but maybe this time it could just wick down. Even if XRP was to wick down to the midpoint right here, it would be a really good buy around the $1.20 area, $1.30 area. So pretty much what I'm trying to help people do is even on these type of time frames, right? We haven't had no swing high was made. So if you don't know what a swing high is a 3-candle pattern, right? Like this one over here, this little wick is a swing high. Because to the left of it has a wick and a body below, and to the right of this candle, it has a wick and a body below, right? So that's a swing high. It's like a triangle pattern. It's a triangle with the wicks, right? Think about the wicks. So we don't have a swing high up here yet. So that's why people are speculating and saying, hey, we don't know if the market is going to go parabolic, because if this candle can really close out strong, then anything can happen, right? So that's why, you know, when I was calling my people, what I told people to do is like at least get like $1,000 worth. And then once you get your $1,000, you actually start focusing on, positioning just in case they drop the market and liquidate a couple people out. You want to be on the right side of that liquidity, because that dip buy is going to happen like overnight. Most people are going to be asleep. They're going to miss that dip buy, right? So you want to have those limit orders already made with like a Coinbase. Make sure y'all go in the description below. Use that Coinbase link if you don't already have Coinbase or Kraken or crypto.com. Make sure y'all go check out my link in the description below. That's going to actually put money in my pockets and your pockets as well if y'all go check out those links, right? Coinbase has this real cool thing where you can use limit orders. I'm pretty sure on all three of those companies, you can put limit orders in when you're buying crypto. So that's really important. All right, so we can take a look at other markets as well on a 6-month time frame. We got Monero. This is why I may end up taking some profits on Zcash real soon. As much as I hate to do it, we just need these higher time frames to be looking very bullish. So privacy coins have been looking really good. And that's what Monero is. It's one of the top crypto privacy coins. I wasn't able to catch Monero, but Monero, looking into it, that's how I ended up finding Zcash. And then we bought Zcash at $50, and then it went all the way up to 400 plus. So, just like you can see right here on the bottom of my screen already, I already had a 3-month order block on this chart because, as I said before, when I'm looking at crypto, I like to look at these higher time frames. I think that these higher time frames can really help you out, especially if you're using like ICT concepts or whatever concepts you have learned over the years of trading. So would I be surprised to see Monero wick down here to this 3-month order block to take out this equal lows? Absolutely not. I just wouldn't be surprised about that. Not at all. I mean, look how, babe, come over here. Look how clean these equal lows are, babe. Okay, she's over there relaxing, so. But this is pretty much liquidity. That's liquidity right there, y'all. So when I see equal lows like that, that definitely makes me believe that they're going to go and sweep those lows one of these days. Right? Because that's the actual liquidity pool right there. That is a actual liquidity pool right there. So I like that. It may take some time. Who knows how long it takes, but if I was you guys, I would just hold USDC, right? Hold USDC while you're holding your USDC, you can make that. I think they offer like 4.34 or something like that, 4.5 or something. You can make some money holding USDC and then place your limit orders down here, you guys, because let me tell you, I've been trading for a long time. And when you see these equal lows right here, the market is going to likely come back and take those equal lows out. All right. I just made a video about crypto earlier, and somebody left a comment and said, we're not going to see a 50-cent Cardano. And then what did we see? We seen a 44-cent Cardano. All right, so everybody loves crypto, and we all wanted to go to the moon, and we all wanted to go to the moon right away. But what I be trying to tell y'all is like, if you start putting your buy orders down here somewhere, right, and get a 80-cent Monero, maybe it hits the midpoint of this area, and you can get a 65. I said 80 cent, but $80, right? Or you can get a $65 Monero. Maybe it hits the lower quadrant, and you get a $50 Monero, right? Start accumulating those orders in there right now, because once Christmas come, once New Year's come around, January, February come around, they may decide to lead out the year with the markets being on fire. And you just got to be ready with that, right? You always got to think about timing on a seasonal scale as well. So, Monero chart, babe. Okay, I guess she's ignoring me over there. And we're going to look at some other charts. 1 inch. This chart looks horrible. We got Wilder World. Not really that interested in that. Sheep. Virtual. I got my eye on virtual, but I'm not pulling the trigger on that one just yet. I think Avalanche is in a really great spot. Still have a lot of work to do. I forgot about Solana. But I believe Solana should just be the same chart. And y'all know, if y'all have any charts y'all want me to look at, let me know. Because, I'm always learning myself. So, y'all see I had the 1 month wick marked out right there. It looked like we drove up into this wick right here. And we should be getting ready to make a swing. What, y'all? A swing high. So think about this. If we make a swing high with this is the 6-month chart. So if this month close, this could make the swing high, which means what? This market is going to pull back. So that's why I plan on saving my money, and instead of just buying at these high prices up here, wait for one of those tweets or something catastrophic to happen. Hopefully not too catastrophic, but hopefully it could just be a scare, because I don't want anybody to get hurt. I'm not a big fan of everything that's going on around the world, but I'm just trying to help people make money. That's all I'm trying to do. All right. But I am not a financial advisor, so whatever you do, please do it at your own risk, right? So we're looking at Solana right here. We still have this big gap we have this little swing low down here, which could be like liquidity. But honestly, I like to see like those perfect swing, those perfect, that perfect liquidity pool, like how what we seen with Monero, right? When we look at it, when we was looking at that Monero chart, look at how these equal lows was. It's just too clean, right? And this is why you have to look at different charts because they all may not move at the same time, right? But they all pretty much tend to move like one another. Especially most of the ones that, especially like the top 50, right? Top 50, top 100, they all pretty much move very similar. We sushi swap. I haven't even bought any sushi swap recently. I'm mostly just focusing on a lot of the new stuff, even the Coinbase stock. Let's look at the Nvidia. Nvidia is a tough one. We need some type of miraculous pullback on Nvidia as well. Once again, I think this is a period of learning how to save some money and learning how to use the buy limits, right? Because if this market somehow did pull back up under here, you want to be ready to catch that trade. So, like, let's say we had a swing high up here. What I would do is anything up under this 50%, anything under this 50% zone, what could be a possible entry for me. So I will still measure out this week because we're on the 6-month time frame. So notice how the midpoint of this week is still, but it still qualifies for discount. That's not a coincidence, right? So if I was going to be taking a buy limit and I just wanted to get in for some Nvidia, just in case the market pulled back, I would set my buy limit anywhere between $115 and below. And I think that would be a good price to, try to get into Nvidia. All right, notice how I did that really quick, real simple. Don't have to overthink that. And it's actually a reasonable place where the market can pull back to. Like I said, this is a 6-month time frame. This entire video, we have only been on a 6-month time frame. All right, so obviously, if we're, these 6-month candles, it can take a long time to play out. Right now, we're in a bull season. So that's why I've been telling people to save your money, learn how to use these buy limits, because I do feel like within the next maybe two 6-month candles, which is a year, and if you think of 4 6-month candles, which is 2 years, a lot can happen, and they can probably try to shake a lot of people out of these trades, right? Because they want to build liquidity in these higher places, so that more big money, millionaire guys, billionaire guys, and gals can get in at these lower prices, and they can keep driving the market up, making it just a money engine. But they have to build that liquidity out. So I do think we're going to be coming back down here to test this, right? Even on Nvidia chart, this is Nvidia that we have put up right here. Remember, I said if y'all want to look at anything, please let me know. This is my watch list that we're looking at right now. Every once in a while, just come on here. See what's going on. Nike is coming back down. Yeah, this is not a good chart for Nike. This inversion fair value gap right here is holding up, which means what? This gap on this red chart, this gap right here on this red candle, we probably ain't gonna even be getting back above this yellow line no time soon. Back above 140. So Nike, this chart is looking like Nike is going to be coming down for some time. So what does that mean? You can be a good investor somewhere down here. We don't really know how far it's going to go, but that's where you could start dollar cost averaging up. Maybe when they get down to this order block level, they already wicked off of here one time. Let some time go by. Slowly accumulate. Right, this is how you scale into a trade. Same thing with Tesla. If we're looking at Tesla on the 6-month time frame, what do we see? Order blocks. Right, it's just an entry model. Right, we also see that this is an uptrend, a very aggressive uptrend as well. So Tesla, it looks like it's still going to go to the moon. Right, definitely one of the best charts I've seen all day. Google have a really good chart, but that's another thing that I would love to see a pullback on. A major drop or something, that would be amazing. Look at the Zcash chart, babe. This chart is like nothing I've seen in a long time. So this is why, I've even considered taking profits on Zcash because it's a bit of a gamble to keep holding after you get a 9x. All right, we got this wick right here. I would be completely shook if this 6-month candle did not close strong. I think this is going to close strong, and that's why I'm holding on to Zcash, because I definitely believe we're going to continue to go higher. All right. I bought at $50, so if it comes back down, I'm not going to be that stressed out about it regardless. Like, I'm also a day trader, so we're going to figure out a way to make that money back one way or the other. But I love Zcash. This chart is looking very aggressive, right? Dash right here, this is another privacy coin. Dash could possibly do the same thing. But, Dash chart isn't looking as explosive as Zcash. So look at this stuff from the 6-month time frame, it really do look different. So I'm not trying to promote any one time frame because I look at them all. I look at everything like, this is a forex pair, but when you look at it like from just using this wick alone, it's going to help you be able to drop down into those lower time frames and look at different things. So that's going to be the video, you guys. I appreciate all of the people who support this channel, you guys. You guys are amazing. Dropping a like. Sometimes y'all don't drop likes. It's all good. Just continue to watch. I'm going to try my best to continue to do what I can do and get better as much as I can every video. All right, you guys. So I will see y'all in the next video and hope y'all have a good night. Peace out.